Hi guys, hope you're good. Today I'm gonna share my journal, how I track my trades, because most of you are asking me how I do that. And before I jump into explaining and sharing my journal, how I do that, I'm gonna share something simple that I'm gonna tell you. One of the most important thing is that, as we all know, keeping a journal. For me, that was the hardest part. For years and years, I've been trying to do that, but I always thought that it's nonsense. It's nothing important. Why should I do that? If a trade is failing, what does it do to if I journal it or not journal it? So it was a hard process to really accept the fact that keeping track of our trading is important. So if it's hard for you, if you think it's not important, trust me, if you just do it for a month, just trust the process. Just do it for a month. If it's funny or not, if it's hard or easy, just do it for a month. You would realize how big, how important journaling is, and you'll change a lot. So let's jump into the video. I'm gonna share how I do that. So like you see, this is my typical trading journal. You can add whatever you want here. Like I did my journal, my trading journal. You can write anything that you like. Okay, so you can change the picture here, change cover, whatever you like. Um, so and this is simple. If you want to have access to this template, I'm gonna share it on description, so you can easily use this template for yourself. You don't need to create one. So I'm gonna go through the each box, each part, and I'm gonna say what does it mean, why I made it. Because one thing that I want to say is that I have been using Journal Notion for like more than 2 years, and I've been updating it, and I've been adding so many sections, so many parts, and then deleting it and refining it. So I think this is this part, this template that I'm gonna give you today to you would be the most useful template that you ever seen in your trading journey. So the first thing is you can add number like this is your first trade, okay? And w- I just because I trade just I my only uh, indices that I trade is NASDAQ. So you can add whatever you want. You can add uh, ES. You can add I don't know oil, whatever Bitcoin, whatever you trade. You can add it here, and then you can easily pick it. Okay. So mine is just NASDAQ in the session. Okay. Is it is it London? I had because I don't trade Asia. I did not add it Asia here. You can add that easily. So Uh, is it London? Is it pre-market? Is it AM, lunch, PM? Whatever the session is, you can choose it. Like for example, it's AM 9:30. What kind of trade it is? You look at your trade, how high probability it is. For me, I got four type of trades: A, B, C, D. A trade is high probability one, clean, perfect. That I mostly believe that it would go the way I want. So I call that A trade. B is the trade that I feel like, okay, it might go the way I want, but it might take me out. And I mean, the swing eye that I have as my stop loss or the swing low that I have as my stop loss, that might be taken. That might be easily be taken, but later we may go the way we want. So I call this B trade, and C trade is like sometimes you have a consolidation, you don't have a clean structure shift or not clean candle formation, price consolidate, but you truly believe that we are going to drop or we are going to rally up. So in this case, you cannot trust on just 1 minute structure or like inefficiency, 1 minute inefficiency, like inversion, 1 minute inversion. Because you see when prices ranging, we go through that inefficiency 1,000 times. So we cannot just trust that like in the first place. So, but you know that overall we're gonna drop or overall we're gonna go up or down. So that kind of trade for me, that kind of trade, I call it C trade. And there's another trade, D trade. Sometimes we have a small range. We like sometimes usually my stop loss is like between 20 points to 20 till 30 points. So sometimes we get a small range price action, and the stop loss that I get sometimes below 10 points, and I call that deal trade because um, it's hard to because the structure is too small. It's 1 minute, and it can easily be manipulated. So um, I call that deal trade. So you definitely have your own style. You would have your own kind of type of setups. So you can add it like you can add just three A, B, C, or A plus, B plus, C plus trade, or just A plus or B plus. That's up to you. So then quality. What kind? Okay, if your type if for example my trade is A plus setup, so most likely that's high probability one, high quality trade. If it's mid, um, if you think it's 50-50, it's gonna work or not, you can just say it's my probability, man. I think it's just mid. Or you can sometimes, the trade is so low probability, you can just say low probability trade. So, and if you have an idea, if you think why it's high probability, you can add something here. You can add because I believe higher time frame is supporting my idea, so you can easily do that. And here we add the timing. What time did the trade happen? Which day? October 8th. Today's um, October 18th. So you can add the time. You can add even the clock, and you can just simply uh, add the day and the what was the time when you took the trade, and then the position. That's when you say is it long or short. Um, you choose the and then the contract. Okay, how many contract did you took? Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? I usually go for two or three contracts. So you can add. Okay, I took two contract and then points. Sometimes my like I said, sometimes my stop loss is just 20 points or sometimes between 20 30 points. And I say it's 20 points. And what is the ratio? Is it for, I usually go for 2R, and that's my max TP. Yes, sometimes I know price will go behind that 2R, but I trust my process. That's enough for me. Um, and that would make a lot at the end of the day for me. So what I do here, if I think 2R is so hard, I mean the highest liquidity that price, if price get lucky and get reach to that higher, the highest liquidity, if that is 2R, it's so for me. I call it like minus. I just call it 2R. I just call it 2R. But sometimes I feel like price might go behind that, like 2R is too close, and we might even go 3 or 4R. I just call it 2 plus. So uh, where I will tell you why I do that later. So then how long does your trade took? Is it? I mean, usually it might take 20 minutes, or I don't know. It's up to your trade. Sometimes it takes a lot. And then what happened? Status. Is it? So I added a lot of things here. Okay, the main thing is either you lose or you win. Okay, lose or win. Sometimes you go break even. Sometimes half loss. You trail your stop loss. I mean, and then you get stop loss. You get stopped. but not fully stop loss. Like, you, for example, you risk $100 and then you trade your stop loss to minus $50, and you lose that. You can call it off um, loss. And then I added plus off means sometimes you take partial, and then that's it. You don't get the full TP, so you can call it off, profit. And when you do that, okay, when you do that, you can add your idea why you thought why you took off profit or off loss, and then uh, this is all whatever I just told you. This is all what we as a human uh, do. Like I think this is a probability. That's not mm, market does not say it's if it's I probability or low, if it's A plus or B plus. That's my interpretation. That's what I believe that this is A or B or C. But it doesn't mean that market. It doesn't mean that that would be A plus setup. So that's all my own human anticipation. That's what I believe. This trade is A plus setup. This trade is high probability setup. Should I take it off or should I go break even, whatever? That's all as a human. That's all impacted by my psychology, my decision, my behaviors, my own psychology. The only thing which is important here is overall the trade that you took, what happened. Despite you got break even, you took full profit or loss. What happened at the end of the day? Is that overall the trade did work or not? So this is the most important part. So usually when we see we lost the trade, we, we think that the market was against us or we were not lucky or whatever. We forget about the fact that this trade that just got lost, that I just lost money in it, that wasn't because the market was not right or the market was not perfect. It was most likely it was driven by my own psychology, my own decision, how I took the trade, how I handled that, how I managed the trade, how I don't know how I where did I put my stop loss. That's all mostly driven by our own psychology. The most important thing is probably this trade that you just lost money in it. Probably overall this trade worked. Okay, why? Because you just quickly I don't know trail your stop loss to break even, and then the trade you got break even. But overall the trade worked. So I know it's hard. You can't just trust like you're scared. You don't have data. But if you do that overall, for example, uh, after at the end of the month, you see like, oh my God, I took like I don't know, I took uh 10 trades. I had 10 break-even trades, and I don't know, eight of them really worked, and just one or two did not work. So I don't need to go break even. Why should I go? Because my data says that overall my setup works. I don't need to be worried. I don't need to quickly put it on break even. So this is the most important part that really would help you guys on your journey. So you have to have the overall data. You have to say, okay, I took this trade, I got break even or I got a stop loss. But what happened at overall? Probably overall the trade worked. Maybe your stop loss was too small. Maybe you needed the right size of a stop loss, and overall, the trade did work. So this is the most important part that you need to add it to your journal. So let's go back to, let me delete this. Okay. So then you can write your idea, your thoughts, um, why you quickly put it on break even despite the trade worked overall, or why you thought this is high probability trade, Why you thought this is A plus setup or B plus setup, you can type your thoughts, your whatever whatever was going through your mind when you were in that trade. And for the picture, for the image, for a screenshot of your trade, you can add it here. Okay, you can add your screenshot here. I don't have one. I'm gonna just, I think I just have something. No, I don't have anything. I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna screenshot the, for example, I'm gonna screenshot. So anyway, you can add your screenshot here. Anyway, so and so on. You go for the second trade, third trade, and it goes like that for all NASDAQ. And the most beautiful part is if, for example, you lost minus, sorry, you lost like $100. See, you got the calculation here. All the trade that you see, you would see you made $500 and you lost $100, and see now you have 400 here. So this will help you. You have to trade. You have to respect your trades, because if you don't mm, journal your trades, if you don't try have a track of your what you do, you would easily forget about the how many trades you took, why you took that much trades. If you can, one of the most efficient way to control yourself, not over trading, is journaling, because you're you are obligated to track all the trades. If you want to take a trade, you know that there's a responsibility for you to go and put it on your journal, and that would be a lot of work, and you don't like it. So you would go for a clean and perfect trade, then you would bring it here. So that's all for today. Um, I hope this video would help you guys a lot. Sorry if this is my first video, and I think um, um, I know you realize that this is the way I talk, the way I speak, and it's my first experience, and I hope you guys understand that. And we all start from somewhere, from zero, and one day we will get there. But at first, it would be that perfect spot to start from. So I hope this video would help you, and I hope one day you do the same for others. Love you guys. Take care. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like and comment.